Hello everyone, this is Miser Luke and welcome to the 31st battle of the Promethean Directive. Today we have an attack by the Triumvirate against the city of Sacrum Lumen under the Divini Arcana Ordinum. They have come here with the Triumvirate Emissaries of Peace and the Subjugators of the Triumvirate, led respectively by Lieutenant Dan Katz and Commander Huang Gihun, and consisting of several jet fighters in the first group and two brand new IMT Excubitors, which are the big thruster craft here. They are also joined by a squadron of 3 Maquis from the Light of the Sanctified, this one being the Daniel 1 division, fresh off conquering a couple villages in the Sea Cavalry. With all of that introduction said, let me actually show off the city first. This is Sacrum Lumen here, with a big perimeter ring. Got a really nice decorational skyscraper. A very big turret of some kind, and then a couple smaller pack turrets. This guy looks pretty similar to the one that was deployed in the last battle, but with some extra walls around it. Alrighty, let the battle begin. Packs are already firing. Actually, nope, this guy's a laser. That's why that guy's deploying smoke. Makes sense. So far... Ooh. Did those guys just collide? If those guys collided, then I can restart the battle, because that's very unfortunate if they did. I wasn't fully paying attention to what was going on there, so if anyone knows better... let's see. Y'all fine if I just repair the 2 jets that collided? That's probably the most expedient solution. It's a collision off spawn, though, is the... Repair 1, that's probably reasonable. They're at about the same health. Okay. We'll keep it going then. 1 Maki has already been downed, but the other 2 are laying in some fire against the central structure. It's only a matter of time before one of these guys collides with the tower, assuming they live long enough for even that. Let's see, the Excubitors taking some damage, but not too badly. The planes aren't going to last very long anyways, I think. Not with lasers and packs on the field. Looks like it's some pretty big shots. Maki just hanging out here. Looks like the Excubitors are putting in some very big shots against this building, just chunking bits out of it. Although I think this one's mostly civilian. Yeah, I think it's just a space consumer. So they really need to focus on the laser, which it's definitely taking some damage. Ooh. Yeah, you definitely do need stuff that's designed to penetrate stone against this guy here. Very close to taking out a laser relay, or at least, yeah. Let's go check on the Excubitors. I think the jets may be trying to walk on the ground anyways. I don't know if that's due to damage or just the altitude settings they have. Is this a damaged gun? Or just the decoration? I think just the decoration. I'm gonna guess these are some kind of fin-stabilized heavy head or something. knowing the metagame. I think I saw a frag there, though, so I don't know. Also, are these are stone slope beams? Ah. Ooh. Ooh. It's on fire. Huh. I'm surprised that didn't last longer, given that there's fuel tanks in here. But this thing is taking damage to its lasers, so there's that to be said. And there is a Maki that's been crashed in the courtyard, and I don't know if anyone can hit it at this point, or if they care to. So it may just be chilling out here, firing into the main building. Which is hilarious. Based Maki indeed. Can you have someone walk out and crowbar the dude? Most likely not. I mean, it does have a very large cannon on it that could presumably shoot whoever tries to crowbar it. Ooh. Jet's getting packed. Boing. Let's see how the damage is looking again. So tons of miscellaneous holes. You can see... Actually, let's get over to a steep angle so we can see. A lot of holes that you can see laser parts through. I'm going to guess this thing's fairly well segmented so that a single hit won't like take out the whole system. But they are definitely into the important parts now. We've got a engine that was cut in about the middle. We've got an AI stock that was cut as well, probably. Actually, yeah, it looks like most of the laser cells have been amputated. Couple probably intact engine modules. But given that this thing doesn't seem to be firing very much, or maybe at all, possibly, this thing may have been disabled. Yep, these two pack towers are still operational, I assume at full health. But maybe not the highest of accuracies. I don't know if these things have hidden sensors, so that way they keep their look but can still see stuff, or if they get vision transmitted in from somewhere else. It does look like this guy is out of commission, though. I kind of love what the shells are doing to this. Like, that's so satisfying to see it turned into a cheese grater like that. Although, honestly, it's already practically a cheese grater with how these beams are put in here, but it's now being graded in an additional direction. I also like how you can see where it goes from vertically placed beams in this section here to horizontally placed beams. Because all the shells that are landing in here are going low enough that they hit the vertical beams, but not high enough to hit the horizontal ones. Except for that one. But that does confirm that these are horizontal ones. A really satisfying hit there. You can see it goes straight in, and then once the frag goes off, it expands the wound it's making. Maki is still going strong. Not doing probably too much. This is probably too thick for any of that hash to actually get through. I'm assuming. Probably. Checking in on health. Main building's at 99%. The pancake, I assume, is this building here. Yes, it is. It is down to 70%. The downed Maki is at 80%. And then the two excubitors are 93 and 99 respectively. There is only one jet left, which is the Scorpion here. which is the guy circling over this way. I assume it's still getting packed every now and then, but the packs may have also swapped to targeting the excubitors. Yeah, it's being fired at least some. The Maki is still doing well. Turn off the tower repairs. The tower repairs are minimal enough at this point. I can do a live dice roll for crowbarring the Maki. Actually, let's do a roll in chat. Mr. Raycast, would you like to roll a dice for us? On a 11 or higher, the Maki gets crowbarred. Yeah, or I guess just... I mean, given that the Maki can still fire, I'm not going to give you an advantage. I guess just roll any number. If it's over half, the Maki gets crowbarred. Just one dice. True, it cannot fire backwards, but I would... I don't remember if the Makis are crewed or not. I think they might be, because they've obviously got a cockpit, but I know a lot of LTS vehicles are unmanned. The pilots do have guns, so they've got 1 to 10,000, and we got a 1393, which means the someone has successfully gotten close enough to crowbar the Maki. What kind of... we'll have the damage because the Maki is pretty small and see what happens. There was your crowbarring. It brought the Maki down a little bit more. But it's still functional. We can roll for crowbarring again soon. I love that rolling for crowbar is now a thing we can do. Yeah, if I edit this, I really need to add the "Let's Go Gambling" and the dropping a metal pipe sound from from Lethal Company. Don't you just love the look of this? I want to see if I can find a distance far enough to focus and see where all the holes are. Maybe not, because the vehicles are drifting slightly. But they've also appeared to have shifted target some. And yeah, boy, are they doing a lot more damage. Looks like there's probably been fuel storage in here, is my guess. For why that's burning, because, yeah, there we go, fuel. Because I know frag shells shouldn't be lighting fires by themselves. Another chunk off the jet here. Which is... still most of its health left, but it's not going to do great if it's exposed to that for much longer. Y'all are welcome to roll for another crowbar. It's probably going to be Jover for the defenders, but we'll keep it going because it's still kind of interesting watching stuff get chunked. So the pancake's down to 60%. Oh, what's the Maki doing back in the air? No more rolling for crowbar unless it re-lands. I don't know why it is flying now. I guess it may have a repair bot. That is legal for it to have a repair bot, so it might. So that could explain how it got some health back up. No, still at 77. I don't know then. May have actually been that the damage I did somehow made it more flight capable. Or if there was some other issue that was why it was on the ground, I don't know. %. Oop, Maki, no! Maki, it's so Jover. The crowbar ultimately succeeded. And the other plane... I think the other plane's been shot down. So now it's just the 2 excubitors versus the 5 buildings. And the excubitors are at 195 respectively. And I think the small amount of repairs they're allowed are going to be able to keep up with any damage they take from the packs. We can now get another look at these things too. Which one's the damaged one? This one is damaged. So looks like, I don't even know where the damage came from. Just a little bit chunked off the front there. The front and the bottom. Unsurprisingly, it's got some wedge armor. Bunch of big APS space. And then custom jets and stuff near the back. This is a really nice style. I like the kind of brutalist front-siders like this. Especially with those little side shields to kind of protect the reverse thrusters. Heading back on over here. Oh, Pancake is despawning. And with that, I doubt the little packs can do anything. So we can watch it get destroyed for a little while longer, or we can just call the battle here a win for the attackers with the city captured. That's new. I wonder if it changes the color to like go into lockdown mode if it takes too much damage. That'd be cool. Pancake. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's sustained by repairs. Another 13 seconds. I'll just let it kill itself eventually. I don't know if that'll actually work to get the AI to obey me, because it's a different faction, but maybe it did. Yeah, good catch on this guy not despawning. I didn't think about that. Probably sat here an extra minute longer than it should have. Excubiter still 195. Let's watch this thing decay, then we can probably call the battle for the attackers. They lost everything but the 2 excubitors, with only one of those slightly damaged. And that is up for the Watcher to decide if that's a good trade or not. I mean, I can check the excubitors. Let's see. But I'm gonna guess they have plenty. 16,000. Not a lot, but it should be enough for them to at least disable the main building, and without power generation. Actually, yeah, I guess these guys do have some power. Maybe. But honestly, when a battle becomes super obvious who's going to win, then I don't care if one side runs out of materials, because materials should only be the deciding factor in a total stalemate battle. In one where one side is still sweeping, materials, in my opinion, shouldn't be a consideration. Because obviously, yeah, if you just have something at the bottom of the ocean is going to live forever, you can't just say, oh, we win because they ran out of materials because we don't use any. Like, that's not reasonable to follow. And in a case like this, where clearly the city is unable to defend itself anymore, certainly not effectively, then there's no reason why the rather arbitrary and currently unregulated amount of materials you're allowed to store should affect that. Especially, too, because this thing's been repairing and stuff, too. That kind of delayed things. Leaving that in another 90 seconds delayed things. So I'm not going to be a stickler for material leftovers when deciding a battle. Potentially. I mean, the altitude, I want the battle to still be possible. And I also don't want your land to give you a totally insane advantage. So, like, yeah, having, like, altitude issues, like some of the planes here definitely ran into the land earlier than they would have otherwise. I think that's fair for balance reasons. But part of this campaign's idea is to avoid space combat, because FTD is really not built for that. And you are kind of touching the edge of space here. I don't want to force Thrustercraft into needing to do space-like considerations if they want to get over here. Now, yeah, ideally, if this were like in the core of your territory, I would have put my foot down and said, yeah, it's got to be the max height that we have. But because this is like past the crest of the mountains, we'll consider it a little bit lower. And in future, yes, your capital will be at the maximum height of terrain. And everyone is now aware of that, for sure. Anything between the small mountain range and the big mountain range is considered the plateau, which is basically max reasonable terrain height. If I want to check what these guys are at now. They've still got 13,000, so they can probably destroy the main building in time before they run out. I don't care to sit here and wait another 10 minutes, though, to find out. So, yep, that is a win for the attackers. The only building that could fight them is gone. The only things that could die have already been destroyed, so GG. Excubator is, yeah, still repairing, so thank you all for watching, and the big deposit battle is next. Brisby will take care of that one. Thank you all for being here.